Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about 5 reasons to be using braid. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It'll help me out to keep continuing to make these videos for you guys, and it'll help the channel grow. So thank you and stay tuned. The first reason to be using braid is that it's extremely abrasion resistant. It really means that when you rub it against rocks, tree limbs, those type of things, it doesn't become abrasive and lose some of its strength. So when you're fishing rocks and trees, it's a great point to be using braid. The second reason to be using braid is that it has very little stretch, meaning when you pull, when you're hook setting on a fish, all the strength that you're putting into that rod, other than the bend of the rod, is getting put into the hook set of that fish, and on the very point of your hook is getting penetrated into the mouth of that fish. So if you're fishing really big hooks, really great idea to be fishing with braid. The third reason to be using braid is its high strength to diameter ratio. I'll give you an example. So here I have 6-pound test mono and 20-pound test braid. So the mono has a diameter of 9/1000ths of an inch, or 0.23 millimeters, and the exact same is for the 20-pound test. So we have 6-pound mono and 20-pound braid. Well, that's a lot of difference. That's 14 pounds difference in strength between these two, and they're the exact same diameter. The only really big difference is this one's green and this one's clear. The fourth reason to use braid is because it floats. It's very similar to mono. It's lighter than water, so it likes to float. So really good for top water situations, but not so good for when you're using maybe a jerk bait or a suspended bait or something like that. If you want something that sinks, you're going to want to stick to your fluorocarbons. And the last reason, number 5, is specifically for the spinning reels, is it does not have line memory, so it prevents line twist. I love using braid on all of my spinning reels. The only spinning reels I don't use braid on are my crappie fishing reels, and that's okay. I really don't have to cast that far typically to catch my crappie. So like in this case, I have this white braid on my spinning reel that I have my jig and spoon on. The way I use my braid is I have 3 specific cases that I use braid. Oh, where's my rod? It's right behind me. And I almost grabbed the hook, so that'd have been really bad. So, number 1, topwater baits. Mostly frog rods. This one, I have this 20-pound test on, and I usually use it for poppers or whopper ploppers, spooks, maybe some smaller frogs, but typically on the smaller frogs I'll go to the larger line. But I use it for topwater. I have a rod for topwater. Then I also have, I don't have it with me, but I have a flipping rod which has 50-pound test, and that is for flipping grass, flipping heavy trees, brush, and that is really so I can get those fish out of the grass and get them on top of the water and skim them to me. And the third rod that I use braid on are spinning reels, mainly for line twist. Every spinning reel that I have braid on, I always have a leader of some kind on it. This leader is 10-pound test fluorocarbon. I have about 10 feet of it on here, and it does me very well. I like the braid because I can see it very well when I'm fishing with this guy. I can see the braid on windy days and stuff. I don't lose it, and it's just really strong. There will be times that I will use my topwater rod for other reasons. If I need to, if I'm short one rod or need someone to use something, I'll tie a leader onto this guy, and it'll work just fine. It's not a big deal. They can Texas rig it and do all their normal stuff, whatever they want to do with it. So it acts just like a normal rod as long as I tie a leader on. Thank you guys for watching today. If I missed any reasons that you use braid on your fishing rods? Let me know in the comments below. But until next time, get out there and go catch you some fish.